Hi there and welcome back to Famous EFC. My name is Adam. It is the final word to Everton 0, Newcastle United 0 at Goodison Park. Well, it is the final word. Man of the match for me went to Gordan Pickford because let's start with Everton. James Tchaikovsky gave a penalty away to Newcastle. For me, wasn't even a penalty. I've watched it back and it wasn't even a penalty. But Everton should have killed off the game, shouldn't they? I think Andy Gordan was abysmal with his penalty, but England's number one. England's number one. England's number one. Jordan Pickford, England's number one, saved Andy Gordon's penalty to keep Everton Football Club in the game, and it made up that Everton got a point out of this. It was a much needed point, and it was a hard fight as well for Everton. But Everton should have killed off the game when we got the chance. Premier League, corrupt as fuck. Premier League, corrupt as fuck. We're absolute robbed by the Premier League. They are corrupt as. But for me, Everton should have killed the game off when we had the chance, but we never. So that's hey-ho. But it's a positive that we've kept a clean sheet. We haven't lost at all. We've had 2 losses, 3 draws and 1 win. And we're now on 5 points. 5 points, I believe, away from the drop zone, so that's brilliant. But I thought that Everton was sloppy in the second half, really sloppy in the second half. I thought Jordan Pickford was brilliant. Didn't have that much to do other than a couple of saves to keep Everton in the game. But other than that, we were great in the first half. In the first half, we were absolutely brilliant to deny Joe Luton, Harvey Barnes as well from scoring. And that was a great goal by Abdoulaye Doucouré. For me, that was offside anyway, because I've watched it. It was offside, so you can't argue about that. But Everton was denied a penalty. Everton should have got a penalty within 2 minutes to go. But the Premier League are corrupt little bastards. We should have had that penalty on Dominic Calvert-Lewin. That was a penalty. But why VAR didn't check it, but the referee checked it on James Tchaikovsky for Newcastle and they were awarded a penalty. As Dyche said in his press conference, they don't like us because obviously that's why they're not giving us a penalty, because they're horrible little rats. That's what the Premier League are, and that's why we didn't get a penalty, unfortunately. But for me, we should have. That was literally a foul, pulling shit, wrestling Dominic Calvert-Lewin to the ground like Tarky did with Newcastle, but wasn't as bad as the way Tchaikovsky did to Newcastle players, sorry. But for me, the atmosphere was up for it and all of that too, and we should have got a penalty. But I don't know why Everton don't complain to the FA about the Premier League or to whoever it is. But anyway, that was a really poor second half by Everton. But we look comfortable. Our defence were absolutely comfortable for me. Jimmy Garner fits in that right back position. He looked very comfortable. Sorry, couldn't get my words out then. He looked very comfortable towards the middle of the game. From the 30th minute, really comfortable. And he done really well and was really strong against the Newcastle players. Man of the match for me went to Jordan Pickford for saving Andy Gordon's penalty, and what a poor piss penalty that was by Andy Gordon. That was the worst penalty I've ever watched at Goodison this season. My favourite penalty at Goodison would have been the 2-1. The 4-1 win over Brentford under Lampard when Richarlison scored the pen. My first ever game. But anyway, it's the final word. But Andy Gordon was good, but the penalty was awful. I don't like Andy Gordan. Red and white shite, red and right shite, hello, hello, red and white shite, red and right shite, hello, hello. Sorry about my language, but I don't like Andy Gordan. If there's any Newcastle fans watching, then I'm sorry, but I don't. I love Eddie Howe, though. I want Eddie Howe at Everton. I'll do anything to have Eddie Howe at Everton to get rid of Sean Dyche. But the playing style what Sean Dyche is trying to use is not good. You could tell that we were set up to draw yesterday, not to win. But obviously, Sean Dyche wants to play attacking football. He doesn't know how to do it with the group of players he's got, and he doesn't know how to do it as a coach either. So obviously, we're trying to play defensively for the whole 90 minutes, and it's worked. But for me, in the first half, we were set up to win the game, but we couldn't take our chances for whatever reason. Dominic Calvert-Lewin needs to do a lot better. I feel sorry for Dom because he's got to try and wrestle the three men to keep the ball because we've got no one up there defensively or striking or with Dominic Calvert-Lewin to score. So obviously that's where it's piss poor by Sean Dyche's management. And again, sorry about my language, but they just keep points I'm trying to point out during the final word. If you want to know what the final word is, my thoughts on Everton 0, Newcastle 0 at Goodison Park. That's the final word. Because I have my final word on the game. So basically, Everton really should have had a penalty, as I said. Why VAR don't look at it and don't call at it, I'll never know. And why the referee doesn't look at it. And that's why it's corrupt as fuck, because it's a terrible decision. They should have looked at it, but they never did. I thought that Sean Dyche was going to have a heart attack on the touchline towards the end when Newcastle had a lot of possession and a lot of shot on goal towards the 80th minute when he was like that, out, like that with the players. But for me, we looked fairly comfortable at times against Newcastle, and that's when we had the chances, we should have took them like we normally do away from home, but we never. But I guess it is what it is. But as I said, it was a great point by a really tough Newcastle side, and that's why I like what Eddie Howe does as a manager. I love him. I think he's a boss manager, and I'd love him at Everton when Sean Dyche is replayed by the Dan Freaking group. Newcastle had more touches than Everton on the ball. Everton were in 30 possession, Newcastle were in 75. As always, we know that Everton's possession is bad under Sean Dyche with the tactics and that. But we did have a game plan in the first half. In fact, we had the game plan. This is where I give Sean Dyche huge credit, because we had a game plan. We had plan A and plan B. Plan A was to attack in the first half. Plan B was to defend for the rest of the game and try and get a draw, a 0-0 draw, and that's what he did, so huge credit to him. But what I don't give him credit for is that we didn't win the game, because we should have won it. But it's not only to blame on Dyche, it's to blame on the referee as well for the decisions, but I blame both of them. But I will give Dyche huge credit when I think it's due, and tonight he gets huge credit because we've kept a clean sheet, and also we've had a game plan. What Sean Dyche hasn't really had as Everton manager is a game plan, because he's too stubborn with the subs, but he's starting to make the right subs for the game, and that's what I like about the manager. He's finally learning from his mistakes. But yeah, it is what it is. But Sean Dyche will be really, really pleased that Everton got a point with Newcastle, who were really strong sides, who were going to be looking to get Champions League again, to finish high in the league, like third again, like last season. My opinions on the referee now, well, the referee was absolutely abysmal. How did he give Newcastle a penalty? I'll never know. And why on earth Dominic Calvert-Lewin gets poured down into our penalty spot and not even awarded a penalty? That, for me, is cheating, scumbags. And the referee, forgot his name, hasn't even got a clue. He's literally a dinosaur of a clown. And we've used that word quite a bit, even with Sean Dyche. But Sean Dyche is starting to give me something to shout about now with this Everton side. What we're seeing, great. We're picking up results, and we've got to pick up wins now, because we're picking up results. So we've got to turn them results into wins now, starting after the international break where we play Ipswich, sorry. Then we're back home on the 26th of October against Fulham, where that's another huge big game for Sean Dyche and his toffees. But as I said, as a result, before we get there, the players have got to take it from there now. We need to be confident now as we go towards goal. Everyone needs to take a shot, get it in the back of the net. No matter how they do it, they've just got to get all the goals now for the rest of the season to the back of the net and make sure we're not conceding loads. I'm not bothered if we win 3-0, 3-1, 1-0, as long as it's either nil or Everton win by 1, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, or like that. I'm not bothered if the other team scores or it's 3-2 or 4-2 or 3-4, 4-5. I'm not bothered as long as Everton win. That's all I care about. I'm not bothered if it's not a clean sheet. What I'm bothered about is Everton turning these goals into wins now. Right, we're going to finish it up there. That's the final word. As I said, big positives for this game in the first half and the second half too, for a time. Huge credit, as I said, to Sean Dyche, because we had a game plan and he set up right too. So huge credit to Sean Dyche from me. And it's really bad from the Premier League. Why on earth Dominic Calvert-Lewin should have got a penalty and it was denied? Why deny it? Because they give Newcastle it, but they don't give Everton it. So that's corrupt as. Right, thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you are new. Like the video. And also, thank you for your time. Leave your comments down below and we'll try and get involved with all of them as much as we can. Do like the video, and as I said, if you are new, I'm Adam and this is my Everton channel, where we talk about all things Everton and my opinions and all that, and I'd like to know your opinions too. And also, if you're watching this, please do hit subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also, we'll be back during the international break with more great videos. And before we go, we've got to get massive points now against Ipswich after the international break. This is where we've got to win them, because I tell you what, win Ipswich, then we're going to be sound and safe, guarantee. So the players and Sean Dyche have to be brave, and we've got to pick up results, especially at home and away from home now, to avoid another relegation battle, to avoid it. So subscribe if you are new, and of course, don't forget to hit subscribe. See you later. Bye-bye.